Back in school, I asked a girl to one of the dances and 6 of her friends took turns telling me she didn't want to go with me throughout the rest of the day. Some of them seemed to enjoy it. What was the most brutal rejection you ever received from a woman? Damn those school dances. I feel that. I had weird experience when I kinda incidentally bumped into a friend as a slow dance song came on. So I asked her to dance, she said yes and seemed cool with. Not flirting or anything like that, just as friends. Then like 30 seconds later, one of her girlfriends wedges in, grabs her, and quite literally just steals her away mid-dance while giving me a dirty look. I was more confused more than anything else, as was she. Definitely not a great feeling to be let high dry while everyone is partnered up and dancing around you on the floor, then just awkwardly sort of shuffling back to my seating. Edit. Wow, did not expect so many people to see this. Thank you very much for the upvotes and replies. Oddly enough, this wasn't my most brutal rejection. I just happened to remember these forgotten memories due to OP post. I had a couple experiences like that. I ran into a girl I knew casually in high school at a local flea market once, and after talking to her for just a minute, her friends ran over and dragged her away from me. Another time at a wedding I asked a girl to dance. She looks over to her girlfriend, who just shakes her head with a look on her face like, nah, and then tells me no. I don't really get the rejecting someone for your friend thing. It's even weirder when they are already engaged with you in conversation dance / etc., and generally seem to be having a good time. Like damn, I'm not taking anyone hostage. They can say no or leave whenever they want. It kinda hurts when it seems like you're that's someone that's apparently so bad that they needed to be rescued from. I had this happen several times when I talked to a girl I had an interest in respectfully, and the girl definitely reciprocates. Body language was good, facing me, engaged in the convo. Just had her friends drag her away and look disgusted. That kind of behavior isn't right. Not good to push your own negative ideas of people onto others when they haven't had a chance to experience or know what said person is like for themselves. Super late to the party, and wasn't a rejection as such, but a girl I had taken out a few times and I were at a relatively expensive restaurant. She couldn't find her phone, so I called it, it rang next to me. I was saved as free dinner. Here's one that confused me. See if any of you could make heads or tails of it. There was this girl years ago that lived across the hall from me at my apartment complex. She was very extroverted and friendly, but I didn't read that as a sign of attraction because she was a former sorority girl and they tend to be like that. Either way, we became good friends. I took care of her once when she was sick. We watched movies, etc. Then one day, she texted me when she was out of town to ask if I thought she was beautiful. I said yes. She then for Christmas, a month later, included a letter written to me about how much joy I bring into her life and included a Kiss Me coupon. All of my friends that were girls were 110% sure she was crushing on me, but I remained mostly convinced she was just being overtly flirty. Either way, I decided to ask her out. When I did, she said, "What? What are you doing? Have I ever given you the slightest indication that I was into you?" I asked her about the Kiss Me coupon. She said that was just a friendly gift she'd give anyone. She later accused me of gaslighting her about this whole situation. It was a wild time. Asked if she wanted to go for a drink at the weekend, and she said yes. Within 12 hours, she texted me, "I've thought about it, and I really don't want to date someone like you. It would be bad for my image." We were both 18 at sixth form, and I'm still genuinely intrigued as to what sort of effect on her image I would have had. We set up a date, then I drove out to meet her at a cafe of her choosing. At least 30 minutes driving. She ended up ghosting me. No call, no text, no show. Nothing. Coffee wasn't too bad, actually, date sucked. Edit. To everyone suggesting that she might have died, I doubt it. I checked POF while I was waiting, and it showed her as online. Also snooped her profile from time to time, never messaged her, and saw her online several times after that. In 7th grade, I had a crush on this girl. So I figured flowers and chocolates, my mom's idea, would be a good idea to bring to her house and ask her out on a date. I asked her friends if it was a good idea, and they said she would love it. My mom drops me off at her house and watches as I go up to the door and ask her out. I ring the doorbell and her mom opens the door. Me. "Hey, is Stephanie here, her mom?" "Oh, what is this for?" "I wanted to ask your daughter out and if she would be my Valentine." Her mom, blushing and super excited about how polite and nice I was, oh let me get her. A couple minutes go by and Stephanie comes to the door. Stephanie, ugh hi. Me. Hey Stephanie, I was told you had a crush on me and your friends said it would be a good idea. So would you like to be my Valentine and go to the movies this weekend? She looks at me, smiles, laughs awkwardly and tells me no. I look so confused, like I just got blindsided. Before I can even say anything, she closes the door. The whole weekend, I feel like because I thought I was going to go to a movie with her. Turns out her friends thought it would be funny to have me do the whole thing, knowing I would be rejected. Monday comes around and I walk in and her friends make fun of me and try to embarrass her with it. It sucked. The first class I wanted to just go walk in traffic. By lunchtime, it spread everywhere and everyone knew about it. But every other girl was either. Wait, why did he ask me out? I want to have someone come to my door and ask me to be their Valentine. Or, geez, Stephanie and her friends are a bunch of literally after that every girl that may have had a crush on me wanted to talk to me. It backfired on Stephanie and her friends like they didn't even know. One of the teachers even heard about it and stopped me in the hallway and said next Valentine's Day I could ask her, jokingly. That propelled me into trying to understand how to be romantic and court women. When I was at high school, 14 years old, I decided to ask Louise, a girl from my class, out on a date. Unfortunately, I decided to do this at lunchtime, and right after I had finished a bag of cheese and onion-flavored crisps. I sat next to her and started to talk to her, but before I even got to ask the question, she caught wind of my breath and said, and these words are tattooed on my soul. You stink it has been 32 years, and I still bling the crisps. I was getting ready to hit the bars with some buddies and shaved too much of my beard off. Naturally, I decided to roll the mustache for the night. Fast forward to the bars, and I leave my group to grab another drink. As soon as I get my drink, Jump Around comes on, and I get super pumped up. I turn around with a big old smile on my face and end up making eye contact with this girl. She raises her hands up and screams, "I don't know what you want from me." I try to explain that I just really like the song, but she had already bolted off to what I assume was the police station. I shaved my mustache when I got home. The ghosting kinda stung, but I think that's just how people reject each other these days. Got ghosted for the first time after a nice date, and I had no idea what was happening. I was actually worried about her and attempted to contact her. For all I knew, she ended up murdered in a dumpster after leaving my flat in Manhattan. Later it occurred to me that she probably just ghosted me. I was a bit upset about it, but then quickly got over it. If we're not a fit, so be it. I vow never to do this to a woman. If it's not working out, I'll be straight about it. I figure that's the respectful and, frankly, empathetic thing to do. Ah, yikes man, I feel you. That triggered a painful memory for me too. I, a woman, met and spent time with a guy when he was visiting my city for NYE. We really hit it off to the point where he invited me down to his city, where we spent a wonderful week. Tearful goodbyes and about 2 weeks of constant FaceTime later planning our next meet. And then, similarly to you, nothing suddenly, no replies on any platform. I'd even reached out to a friend of his I'd met there. I was so worried something had happened. Silence from him too. I realized way too late I'd been ghosted. So humiliated.